Psalm 18. Passionately, I love you. I want to embrace you, Lord. For look how you've made me strong. You are to me like a bedrock beneath my feet, like a castle on a cliff, my forever firm fortress, my mountain of hiding, my pathway of escape, my tower of rescue, where none can reach me, my secret strength and shield around me. You are salvation's ray of brightness shining on the hillside, always the champion of my cause. So all I need to do is call out to you, singing to you, the praiseworthy God, and every time I do, I'm safe and sound in you. When the spirit of death wrapped chains around me, when terrifying torrents of destruction overwhelmed me and took me to death's door, to doom's domain, I cried to him in my distress, the delivering God. And from his temple throne he heard my troubled cry. My sobs came right into his heart as he turned his face to rescue me. The earth completely shivered and shook. It reeled and rocked before him. As the mountains melted, how they melted away, for his anger was kindled, burning on my behalf. Fierce flames leapt from his mouth, blazing burning coals erupted as smoke and fire encircled him. He stretched heaven's curtain open and came down to my defense. Swiftly he rode down as the stormy sky was lowered. He rode a chariot of thunderclouds amidst thick darkness. A cherub, his steed, as he swooped down, soaring on the wings of spirit wind, wrapped and hidden in the thick cloud darkness. His thunder tabernacle surrounded him. He dressed himself with mystery, darkness. The dense rain clouds were his clothing. Suddenly, the brilliance of his presence broke through with lightning bolts and with mighty storm from heaven, like a tempest dropping coals of fire. The Lord thundered. The great God above every God spoke with his thunder voice from the skies. What fearsome hailstones and flashes of fire sprang forth. He shot out his lightning arrows and routed my foes. See how they now run and scatter in fear. Then he released his mighty roar, laying bare the foundations of the earth, showing the secret source of the sea. Look, the hidden depths of land and sea are now exposed by the hurricane blast of his flame breath. Then he reached down from heaven, all the way from sky to sea. He reached down into my darkness to rescue me. He took me out of my calamity and chaos and drew me to himself from the depths of my despair. Though I was helpless in the hands of my hateful strong enemy, you were good to deliver me. On the day I was weakest, my enemies attacked, but the Lord held me tight and true. Surprised by his love, he led me forth, breaking open the way into a beautiful, broad place. I'm rescued, all because he delights in me. He rewarded me for doing what's right and staying pure. I follow his commands and will never stop. I'll not sin by ceasing to follow him, no matter what. For I've kept my eyes focused on his righteous words, and I've obeyed everything he told me to do. I did my best to be blameless and follow all his ways, keeping my heart from doing wrong. I've kept my integrity by being fully his, and so the Lord has rewarded me with his blessing. All of this blessing is the treasure I found when I kept my heart clean before his eyes. How we live will dictate how God deals with us. Good people will taste your goodness, Lord, and with those who live loyal to you, You love to prove that you are loyal and true. With those who are purified, they find you always pure. But to the crooked and cunning, you'll outwit them with your craftiness. To the humble, you bring heaven's deliverance, but the proud and haughty you disregard. God, all at once, you turn on a floodlight for me. You are the revelation light in my darkness, and in your brightness I can see ahead. With you as my strength, I can crush an enemy horde advancing through the strongholds that stand in front of me. What a God you are! Your path for me has been perfect. All your promises have proven true. What a secure shelter for all who turn to hide themselves in you. You are the wraparound God that gives grace to me. Could there be any other God like you? You are the only God to be worshipped. There is not a more secure foundation than you. You make me stronger than before, and now you've given your perfection to me. Through you I ascend to the highest peaks of your glory, to stand in the heavenly places, strong and secure in you. You've trained me with weapons of warfare worship. Now I'll descend down into battle with power to chase and conquer my foes. For here is how you empower me. Your wraparound presence gives me victory. Your power within makes me strong to subdue, and by stooping down in gentleness to strengthen me, you've made me great. You've set me free from being captured, and now I'm standing complete, ready to fight some more, catching up with my enemies. I conquered them, and I didn't turn back until the war was won. I broke them to pieces, pinned them to the ground. I finished them for good, and they fell as good as dead. For you armed me with your armor, and made my adversaries bow low, defeated at my feet. You made them all turn tail and run. For through you I destroyed them all. Forever silenced, they will all now taunt me no more. They shouted for help, but none dare rescue them. They shouted to God, but he refused to answer them. So I pulverized them to powder and cast them to the wind. I swept them away like dirt on the floor. You gave me victory on every side. For look how the nations come to serve me. Even those I've never heard of come and bow low at my feet. As soon as they hear of me, they submitted to me. Even the rebel foreigners obey my every word. The rebellion fades away as they come near. Trembling in their strongholds, they came crawling out of their hideouts, cringing in fear before me. Their courage was gone. The Almighty is alive and conquers all. Praise is lifted high to the unshakable God, towering over all. He is worthy to be praised. My Savior God, look how he pays back harm to all who harm me, subduing all the people who come against me. He rescues me from my every enemy, holding me out of reach, lifting me up, far from the grasp of my violent foe. This is why I'm thanking God with high praises. I will sing my song to the highest God among the nations. All among the nations will hear me. Many times your miracle rescue came to me, the King you appointed. You've been merciful and kind to me, your anointed. This favor will be forever seen upon your loving servant, David, and to all my true seed, every heir of this promise.